What's going on, guys? Niko here, and in this video, we are going to be breaking down one of the all-time EDM hits melody, Animals by Martin Garrix. All right, so first we're going to break down the melody, then we're going to get into the chords, and then finally I'm going to show you guys all the tricks that I'm doing to make this sound professional and unique. So make sure you guys watch the entire thing so you don't miss out on anything. Now, jumping into the melody here, this is the melody from Animals, right? This it is right here, measures 13 to 17. So we're gonna break this down in a very simple way in what I call melody starters. So this song's actually written in the key of F minor, also known as A flat major, but to keep everything in the white keys, I've transposed it to C minor, C major, and A minor. Now, when you look at the melodies here and you look at your keyboard, I've labeled it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it repeats up and up for the 7 notes in the key of C. So when we break down the melody, we can see it right here. It's just 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. So if I play it for you, that's the beginning, and then we go down 2, 2. So if you have a keyboard at home, you can literally just hit it real quick and play this melody starter, right? So this is the beginning of the melody. And then in the second part of the melody, we have this repeating part. And you can see on my thing here, it actually plays it. So it's just 7, 7, 1, 1, 6. And then instead of repeating that, what Martin Garrix does is he triple notes it. So he goes bum, bum, bum. So that's really the simple melody. You can see it being played on the keyboard here. You saw me just hit the notes and show you guys what that does. Now let's look at the direction of the melody. Let's break down the directional part of it. So as we can see here, the melody goes up with this melody starter and then it comes back down. This is a very common trait amongst many of our top melodies. There's always directional movement. So when you're writing melodies at home, take that into account. Now, when you look at the first part of the melody to the second part of the melody, we have directional movement. And then in the second part of the melody, we have rhythmic variation. So when you look right here, it goes 1, 1. It has 5 notes in this first one. And then instead of basically this note playing twice, it's played 4 times. So just listen to it right here. And just adding a couple additional notes pretty quickly is a nice melody trick Martin Garrix uses to change it up. Again, it's not that different. It's the same movement patterns, but he changes up the rhythmic patterns. Now, when you go here into what I did next, I essentially took the melody and then I just played around with a couple other tricks. And notice the melody, it was going up and then down, and then even higher up, right? So I had it moving a lot more than he did to change it up from the first melody there. And then we go into our chord progressions. I created these chords to fit the actual song. So let me turn this off real quick. I'll mute this. And let's just listen to hear what the chords are doing. So the chords have some really nice effects and movement to it. Let's first break down the theory though, so you guys see how I created these chords and what's inside of them. So as you notice here, and I'm gonna pull it up, these chords are in a different key. So let me change this real quick and let me also get it aligned to the grid. So here we go. I gotta move this up here. So the first chord is actually a minor chord. Now what I did was I actually broke out a regular chord that is an A minor 7th chord, guys. And the way we create these is we use the simple strategies, then we octave jump. So we have the A here. This is our root, and then we use the 2, 3, 2 strategy. So the 2, 3, 2 means 2 notes in between each of the notes in the chord. Here you go, 2 notes, 1, ba, ba. Then we go here, 1, 2, 3. Now look at the difference between this chord and this chord. So really the difference is the spacing, guys. We like open chords when we have our nice big chords, so we have to octave jump and change up the voicings. So I have my note here, I jump up, okay, that matches. I have an A here, and I want to make it an octave. So I take this, I drag it up, boom, and then this G is kind of sitting here. So let's jump it up an octave. And now we've created an A minor 7th chord, and that might be fast. So make sure you guys rewind and watch this over and over again. And again, I have the cheat codes in the description down below, so you guys can download those to have these strategies. Now, the next chord here, this is an F major 7th chord. So I pull this here. We build the chord using the 2-3-2 strategy now, or 3-2-3 strategy now. 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes. Now notice there's only octaves playing down here. So I got to do that. So I octave jump this. And then the rest of this, I just octave jump together. So there's your chord there, right? So that's again, we're using 7 chords here, and there's also effects going on, which I'm going to get into in a second on how I made these chords sound really cool going into the drop. Now, this chord right here, this is we got a cluster chord here. So basically we take the cluster chord strategy, play these. So a C, we use the 1-1-2 strategy. Take these notes, jump them up an octave. Guys, see, it's simple. You use the strategy, you pause the video, you draw this in your DAW, and you are good to go. It's not hard. So this last chord's actually a G cluster chord as well, but it's a bit different than the other ones. So let's just start off with the G major chord, which we use our 3-2 strategy. So we count 1, 2, 3, and then we count 1, 2. Okay, so I noticed that here, and I'm missing this note, and then I'm missing this note. So that's just an octave, so I can take the G here and drag it up an octave. But this one note right here, I'm confused because they have a C right above it. Now in a G sus4 chord, it's G, C, and D. So we're actually using that C from the sus4 of G, which again, this may be a little bit confusing, but bear with me. We add that note and it creates this really tight suspense because this interval right here, there's no room between the notes, which always creates tension. So if I play this just by itself, like ding, 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 that tightness together is a sus4. So it's basically, these are our chords. Now, if we go back to look, how do we make this sound good, right? Because this sounds pretty unique when it's all played together. The chords have some automation to them. So when you listen to the chords by themselves, now you can slowly hear the chords start to open up as we get closer to what's going to be the drop, right? So what I'm doing here is I've automated the frequency on this creative filter. And again, you can use your EQ, you can use stock filters. And basically all we're doing is we're opening it up slowly. And we get closer. That's the first effect. Now the second effect is what we call side chaining. So that's when you duck. And I use the Nicky Romero Kickstarter here because what I'm doing is I'm essentially automating the ducking. So as you get closer to the drop, you start to feel the pulsing effect. And again, you can use this in any types of genre, guys. It doesn't have to be EDM. It can be really anything. So if we listen in closely just right here, and you can look at this. And you get that feeling, right? So that's the second thing. And then the third automation, which really makes it, is the endless smile. And I'm not going to go too much into what it exactly does, but it's basically, if we look at our EQ here, just pull up the EQ. So the endless smile is removing lower frequencies and adding higher frequencies going into the drop. And again, that's what I automate here. I have a couple of bass layers, and then additionally, I have some effects. And if we just listen to the effects by itself, it's creating the suspense and the tension going into the drop. So if we go with our cymbal transition, again, you can actually find all of these on Splice. Bring in the filters. And then we can have a huge epic drop. So again, we covered a bunch of cool stuff. Let me know in the comments what else you guys want to learn. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this channel with people because we want to understand melodies here. We want to become better songwriters, understand composition, and better producers. And that's why I'm here for you guys. So let me know in the comments what you thought. And again, check in the description down below. We have tons of free MIDI packs giving away so much more information for you guys. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.